What's going on, guys? Eternal M back with another Ghost of Tsushima video, and today we are going to cover my Bonfire Ronin build. Now, I did post a build preview for this particular build, where I pretty much just jumped into a random nightmare and just ran it to see what it was like, and it actually fared better than I expected. Flaming Roar is easily like the weakest ability in the game. Um, but I wanted to try it and make it work with like a full-on status effect damage and duration Ronin build. So that's exactly what we're running here. So let's get right into the gear. So I've got a Moon Katana, duh, as per usual. I've got melee and Oni damage. The reason I have Oni is any damage dealt to Oni is going to be increased by 10%, which will be our fire, even our concussion bombs and all that jazz. So we are running Burning Blade because this is a status effect build, and then Moon Master to top off the Moon Katana. This is probably going to be one of, if not the only, Ronin build where I actually utilize the Forbidden Medicine. Um, Generally, you want to rock this with like blast radius and status effect damage, but because this is a full status effect build, we are rocking both status effect damage and duration. We will get some increased radius when we talk about our Ghost Weapon 1, so don't worry about that. You're still going to be able to hit plenty of enemies with these bombs, so don't worry about that. Again, we are using Black Powder and Flash, and then we're using a Stealth Charm because it's the only type of charm where you can get status effect damage and fire damage. And obviously we're maxed out on that. And then we're running Fire Master and an increased resolve. Um, this is going to be again one of the only builds where I generally run resolve increase because we want to be ulting as much as possible. But if you can build up that first one where you have 5 resolve and then you just keep, ulting every time you have 5, you can do 2 back to back very quickly, and then you build up to 5, do 2 back to back really quickly. So that's what we're going to try to run here. And then for our Ghost Weapon 1, we are using Sticky Bomb with that blast radius to help our bombs out, and then again, status effect duration and fired up with increased radius. And I am running Caltrops with Ghost Weapon damage. This is the only increase to Ghost Weapon damage aside from our techniques, but this will bring us up to a total of 70, and then it'll be 80% against Oni. So it's not terrible, but that's not really what this build is designed around. It's more status effect damage than Ghost Weapon damage. But we do have a little bit there with that, and then again, status effect duration, fired up, and munitions. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my boy Fan because he's actually the inspiration for this build. I took a lot of advice from him through his own full fire running, and kind of made some tweaks in terms of the gear, and then some minor tweaks as far as the perks and properties. But so as you can see, we have status effect damage twice, fire damage twice, and status effect duration 3 times. So that means whenever you set somebody on fire, they are going to cook harder than you would expect for much, much longer. And then as far as the techniques, we are using Flaming Roar to kind of help round out the build. Generally, I'll use this right before I ult or vice versa. Um, and again, with all that extra status effect damage and duration, it helps a little bit for this. This is not a great class ability, but it does round the build out quite nicely. We are using enhanced ghost weapons because this is about the only increase that we get aside from our caltrops. We are using an increased resolve to give us a total of 5. But for last week, we had, I think, what was it, empowered foes. I actually ran quick regen because the only healing that we have is going to be from our concussion bombs from the Forbidden Medicine. So if you have like reduced healing or empowered foes, you might want to consider running quick regen just to get a little bit more of that health back whenever you do use them for yourself and your teammates. You could go cure all, but for those instances, I do think quick regen is nice. And again, this isn't like a full ultimate build, so we are running increased resolve here. And then obviously this is a full fire build, so we're running fire breath for our ultimates. Now, the reason we're not running like any ultimate damage on like the charm or the katana is because status effect damage, like if we were to replace that with ultimate damage, it's only going to be a 2% increase, and it's only going to affect our ultimate, whereas status effect damage is going to affect our flaming roar, our ultimates, black powder bombs, and fired up from the caltrops. So you're going to get a much larger increase, and it's going to be much more well-rounded than if you had put ultimate damage on here. And the same can really be said for Oni damage on the sword. I'd rather have that than opposed to the one thing for boosting ultimate when Oni is any and all damage against Oni. So that's why we decided not to get ultimate damage. You pretty much have it without having it with the stats that we have. Alright, with that being said, I'll go ahead and give you a quick demonstration of the build, even though I did end up posting a build preview video.
The defense of Aoi Village.
Let's go ahead and show you a quick demonstration of the build. And hopefully we won't have any glitchy moments like we did in the Weightless Spirit build. Go straight for the Tengu. That didn't really work out. Okay. Wasn't planning on dropping caltrops there, but I dropped a nice fat finger on it. So that worked. Oh my god, what is happening with my controller right now? Alright, so I guess we've just about got it now. Should hit pretty much all these guys. Like that. As you can see, they just tick for a long time. So even if it doesn't do like a ton of burst damage, the damage over time is quite nice. That was a really nice demonstration of what that is like. My boy Fam and I like to pretty much run in like double ultimate, and then you go class ability and like an entire wave just melts. I don't even need to cap this. I don't know what I'm doing here. Man, you like really want some. You didn't even get stunned by that. Alright, we're gonna nice amount here. Let's try to gather these guys up a little bit. Hello? Fuck off me, Junior. Alright, this should be good right here. We won't get that archer back there, but that's okay.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Man, I am like parrying and, well, I had to say something, didn't I? Well, I had planned on utilizing those caltrops a little more, but that didn't work out, did it? Well, I thought I would hit him a lot sooner than I did. Alright. Let's not die to this. Moonmaster cancel the air. Alright, so he actually ended up dying from those caltrops. The status effect damage and the damage over time is going to be a lot better than you think it's going to be, I promise you. This kind of took me by surprise, and it's actually turned into one of my preferred ways. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Oh my god, the plugin. Alright, so we got it. Watch out, because I'm potentially going to get, yeah. Now, obviously, we can't build up Resolve like we used to with the black powder nerf, but you have more than enough ways. Woo! I tried to jump, ended up rolling instead. Oh my god! Oh my god! We're dying, boys! We're dying! And when you have no bombs left, that's where your beautiful cross your concussions, not concussions, but your oh, that was actually kind of sick. We'll just let him burn. If we can get him to come over here. Come on, buddy. Ow. Well, I was going to say that should be good, but then he decided to go running off. I don't even care. We're just going to tank it. Alright, so that is a demonstration of the build. I have a much longer demonstration of it in the last video that I posted. This is just primarily a build video or showcase, if you will. So that's going to be it for my Bonfire Ronin. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces!